This is IGN.
Coming up, the numbers are in and Disney's Snow White has a sleepy start at the box office. Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, Bam Margera was not featured on the recent list of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 skaters returning to the roster for the upcoming Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. But it's now being reported that Margera will, in fact, be a part of the final game. The news comes via skateboarding media veteran Roger Bagley during a members-only live stream of the 9 Club skateboarding podcast via Video Game Chronicles. According to Bagley, the game was already gone when Tony Hawk contacted Activision to ask that Margera be added to the game. Hawk was apparently told it could not be done, but Bagley says the skateboarding legend would not take no for an answer. Margera, a former professional skateboarder and star of the Jackass film and TV series, has endured a long and public history of alcohol and substance problems, including several stints in rehab. Hawk and Margera recently shared a video of themselves skateboarding together, fueling initial speculation that Margera may be coming back to the game. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, which was announced earlier this month, will be available on July 11th, 2025 for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series XS, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And there's something about being in a comic book movie that really makes many of its actors turn into blabbermouths. Probably how insanely cool it is to be immortalized as an iconic superhero, no doubt. But Jason Momoa is the latest to almost spoil something major for the DCU. This time, his highly anticipated Lobo costume in the forthcoming film Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And DCU boss James Gunn recently had a laugh about the whole thing. In a recent interview with Cinemaland to discuss his starring role in a Minecraft movie, Momoa's role as Lobo came up because it's the character's first appearance in the DCU and Momoa's first appearance in the new DCU. Naturally, fans are curious about what his look will be and how it might differ from the character's comic appearance, which have him head to toe in white makeup. Momoa revealed that he is covered in the film, but then also revealed to the outlet that he had a photo of the costume on his phone. However, the Aquaman star's publicist shouted, "Jason, don't do it," from behind the camera just before Momoa could get a chance to show the journalist the image. "You were that close to the scoop, bro," the actor then joked with the reporter, as it would have been the first look at the character had Momoa's publicist not chimed in. Momoa has been dropping small hints about the character recently, insisting he will look a lot like Lobo in the comics. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, as of now, is set to release in theaters on June 26, 2026, as part of the new DCU's Chapter 1, titled Gods and Monsters. Snow White has endured a tough opening weekend at the box office, securing one of the lowest domestic totals for any of Disney's remakes so far. ComScore figures of the Mark Webb, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, directed Snow White, revealed a $43 million domestic box office debut, which is the second biggest of 2025 so far, behind only MCU flick Captain America Brave New World, and enough to top this week's chart, but below the live-action Dumbo's domestic launch haul of $45 million back in 2019, and below estimates. For context, 2019's The Lion King, 2017's Beauty and the Beast, 2016's The Jungle Book, and 2023's The Little Mermaid all secured more than $100 million domestically during their opening weekends. It was a similarly sleepy start for Snow White internationally, where the opening weekend brought in $44.3 million. That marks a total of $87.3 million at the global box office, according to ComScore estimates. However, there may be a light at the end of the tunnel for Snow White. Mufasa the Lion King, Disney's The Lion King remake prequel, opened to a poor $35.4 million domestically when it came out in December, but ended up earning over $717 million worldwide at the global box office. Disney will be hoping for a similar sleeper hit trajectory for Snow White amid continued tough questions about the performance of Captain America Brave New World. Speaking of Brave New World, Captain America has now grossed $400.8 million globally, $192.1 million domestic, and $208.7 million international after 6 weekends. This is your IGN Daily Update. My name is Zeke Robison, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.